What's up, Behind the Walls Talk? My name is Zach. Zachary is my full name, last name Oaks. I'm from Vast, North Carolina. It's the sticks. It's over on the other side of Fayetteville in Spring Lake. I did live in Fayetteville for a little while too, man. So I got.
This call is from a North Carolina correctional facility.
In both towns or cities, if you want to call it that. I'm 38 years old. I failed when I was 22 in 2009, so that gives me 16 years, and 15 plus, 16 long years. It's been an arduous journey, but I think that if I didn't get locked up, I probably would have been dead. I was on a bad path. I grew up in church. My dad's a preacher. Everybody who knows me knows my dad's a preacher. I grew up in church. And, I play keys and drums in church. And basically, as I got older, I wanted to wild out. And so I started trying to live both lives, church life and street life. But that didn't mix. Plus, I was like, I'm a church kid, and what I know about the streets, man. And so pretty much, right before I caught this charge, man, I had gotten introduced to the life of tricking. Those of you who don't know the street life of tricking is soliciting prostitution. And what happened is I picked up what I thought was a female and paid for oral sex. And when I found out that female was a male, I started to lose my mind. I really did. Once I, made sure I was clean and all that, I don't think you can get much from oral sex, but still, I made sure. I became dependent on alcohol and drugs, because that's the only way I could cope with what had just happened, because I'm straight. And the reason I needed to drink and smoke was because I couldn't sleep. I could hardly concentrate. It was just killing me, man. So I decided to try to take things into my own hands and took the life of somebody who I don't even know. This person had nothing to do with the situation. They were just in the wrong place in the wrong time, and I'm really, it hurts if they'd even talk about it. So I hope that his family has found it in their heart to forgive me. I really, this is just a terrible thing, and I pray for his family as well when I pray. That's how I feel. And this was 2009, May 2009, May 9th, by the way. Remember the day, remember the time. And so started doing time. I did 3.5 years in the county. Then I hit trial. They tried to offer me a plea. I didn't take it. I probably should have took it, but I didn't because, I just didn't agree with the charge. But so here I am, and 16 years later, I'm in a better place because, once you first fall, it's, I'm out of my mind, honestly. I was probably already out of my mind, just taking a thump, still going to work, still going to church, but trying to deal with the situation. And, I'm clean now. I've been clean for 16 years, sober, 16 years, and I just wanted to be in a better place, become a better human being. Really, it's just about becoming me. And start trying to do stuff that I know it wasn't for me, and you can't really do much in prison, but there's enough. Trust and believe there is enough to do. But I'm trying to. Well, I'm not trying to. I am. I'm flying straight. I don't mess around. I don't play around. I don't do no gang banging. I don't mess with nothing I'm not supposed to be doing. All right. If I can just say it like that. But I'm staying on the light side, not on the dark side. So there are a lot of people know who I am. Not that I'm famous or anything, but once you go to church every day of your life, just about you meet a lot of people, and we're a tight community, even though we're a lot of people. And so people just don't know what happened. I haven't had a chance to reach out to everybody. Everybody hasn't had a chance to reach out to me, which really sucks, man. People in prison, they need people on the outside to just let them know what we think about you. And not to say that you don't think about it, but it's important to make the effort, be intentional about it. We know you don't have to because you have your own life and life is life. But it really helps when we got people on the outside to reach out and say, hey, man, I'm just thinking about you. Shoot a letter, find a way to have your folks get a phone number or something, man. I'm telling you, support is the best thing. I could get $200 a week on my books, but it's not better than a visit or somebody answering the phone when I call them. It's not better than that. Those are the best things. So people on the inside need support, especially because the level of oppression is ridiculous in prison. It's just ridiculous. I mean, you can smell the oppression when you walk in, not just the general unsanitary conditions of prison, period, but the actual the mood and the attitude of the people that work here. Some of them are trained like that and don't know no better. But I think that everybody has a moral compass and they should know better, especially when you're dealing with human beings. Not to mention the fact that a lot of people who are here are very young and they have habits themselves. They don't even know how to be men yet. They're bored, and not.
This call is from a North Carolina correctional facility.
They're just real young and dumb and get in trouble a lot, So, and then on the other hand, you have people who are mental health. I didn't say that right. People who have mental health issues. I have mental health issues. There's no way that I can go through what I went through and not have them. And I think everybody has them to a certain extent. People have been to war. They have schizophrenia. People have disillusion and PTSD. All these types of things. People in prison that have this, and you have to live in a block where the smell is horrible. I don't know how you get through it, but it's just people don't like to wash, don't like to brush their teeth. People have to use the bathroom, and you're gonna smell it. I'm not even gonna tell you what I seen in the shower today, but it's crazy. And honestly, man, I thank God every day that I don't lose my mind because of that, because I am afraid of germs. I'm literally afraid of them. I don't mind getting dirty, but I need to get clean for sure. But the oppressive state in prison, man, it's on another level, and they try to address it with programs. There are a lot of programs that they have implemented, especially here at Nash. I'm in the field ministry program. I'm a junior. I stay on the GPA. I stay on the dean's list with a high GPA, but I do it because I know that it's going to help me. And I can't help anybody else, which is my goal, unless I help me first. I got to be the best me I can be, or at least be trying to do that. If I want to help somebody who might be going through the same thing I went through, or before they do, or just anybody facing trauma at all. That's one of the things that I really understand as I look at people, as all the prisons I've been to. People, they need help, and they're not getting it. They're getting thrown away in massive amounts. Prison's so overcrowded, it's ridiculous. There's 108 people in the block that I'm in right now. 108 people in the size of an auxiliary gym. Yeah, imagine that. So, just on top of that, and I'm blessed to have my own room. It's an 8 by 10, but I'm blessed to have that where I can take care of what I need to take care of, whatever, handle my business, or even just get quiet, which is what I was doing before I got on the phone. I was just getting quiet and meditating, which is something I've implemented also, because not only do I pray and talk to God, but I need to meditate and just be quiet because I want to hear just in case he says something, or he directs my mind to think about something in particular. I need to be quiet so I can do that. And so, that's how that's the only way you can cope. You have to be able to get to yourself, whether you're in the midst of 100 people or on the room by yourself. You have to know how to get to yourself and just block it all out. Because, oppressive stuff like people go into the chow hall and they want to bring a piece of fruit out or some bread out so they can make a sandwich or something like that, because they don't have any money on their books and they need something for tomorrow or later on. They might get hungry. You can't do it. They're taking it from you. When they see you wrapping it up, they're taking it from you and throwing it away. And it's like, what is that? food, really? Free food? I can't. And then one day they'll call us to the chow hall and give us trays and cups to bring back to the block so we can eat out of styrofoam trays, which is it just don't make sense. That's just the minor things. Now, on the programs level, you have people who are running these programs who may not even have a high school degree, or they may have a GED, or they may have gone to some further education. But when they get ready to work with someone or be over someone who is getting a college education, I can only imagine how that feels. As a human being, you're going to be upset about it. This person is in prison and they're getting college degrees, and I can't even afford to go to school. I get it. There's nothing I can do about that. But when I'm afforded this opportunity, I'm going to get it. And what I don't need is for administrators and wardens of prisons to fight actively against students who are trying to better themselves. I don't need it. Nobody needs that. So trying to micromanage, and especially when you're dealing with grown men, people who make it into this program are not like, they don't get in trouble all the time. You can't have write-ups to get in the program. So, and mainly that's with any education, college opportunity, anything like that in prison, you can't be in trouble. So, not to say I'm better than anybody else, but I've been able to fly straight. And so when you have administrators that are actively working against you, it just makes it even harder, man. I've seen some people drop out. I've seen some people, just mess up, and and they can't handle it, because not only do you have to deal with being in prison and trying to better yourself as a person, you get to deal with people who are supposed to be protecting the community, and you are part of that community, but they are actively working against you in so many ways, and getting away with it, because not enough of us stand up and fight for it. One person will try to say something and get in trouble, and they'll retaliate against that one person, which is against.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
If they get away with it, if they do it all the time, it's classic prison. And honestly, I didn't even talk about half of the things that I wanted to say, but I'm gonna call back and wrap this up. Yeah, so I just wanted to put the truth out there. I did write something down, but the biggest thing I put down here is what's the truth, and basically I just gave it to you. People on the inside, they need support from the outside, because we're not getting it from the inside. I just say that everybody that works here is bad, but we need support from the outside. On platforms like this, I appreciate platforms like this. Shout out to Frankie Falk, doing amazing things. I've heard so many good things, and I'm seeing them come to fruition. And so I just want to thank Nash, shout out, good vibes, mad love, big ups to Frankie Falk, and keep doing what you're doing, and we definitely all appreciate it, man. I definitely want to say to anybody who's hearing my voice, if they know me, I love you, I love you, I love you. And even if you don't know me, I love you. I love you to life. And that's the truth.